been to badminton, an hour. Have to say, start to feel it at 50 minutes, but my son was the motivator and says, come on mum, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, you can do this. So I've done it and I was starving. Just a sec. This is salmon marinated in paprika and a couple of teaspoons of sesame, garlic, cumin, giving it that Asian flavour. I'm going to put that under the grill and set my timer for 4 minutes. It's skin side up. Do that bit first. Anyway, starving. When you're starving, you're in the fat bank. That means you're taking the fat out. Now that's, do you remember when you was a kid, you went swimming, you was all starving and you raided whatever they had to eat? Well, that sun's in us a little bit, isn't it? I want you to resist that because you're in the fat bank. So that's what's going to get the inches down, okay? So this is me just doing something off the top of my head, right? So I know I can always get Jason to eat his veggies if I do it Asian style. Tip, when you are cutting up mange 2, right? Stack of 4, 1 cup. Saves you a huge amount of time, but remember, they're going to cook in a third of the time. So these are going to go in right near the end. And I'm going to put all that veg in to wash in a sieve before I add it. That's my massive stack of mange 2. I've got half a red pepper here that needs using up. I've got some parsley, you know, I always keep herbs in there. Go to Hutchinson's Fruit and Veg because you can get a bunch of parsley like that for a ridiculously cheap price, and all their veg is better. And my carrots are peelings because carrots take the longest to cook, and I need it. I should have started this up, shouldn't I, before I started the video. I need it to cook more quickly. So I'm going to stir fry these. I've got some egg noodles. Now the packet says a layer per person. That's not portion caution, right? That is 1 layer and probably a third between 3 of us. Okay, watch your portions. Remember, all fat is measured, portion caution. So here we go. I need, here's my teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Okay. Now, in that dish I have got the juice of a lime, a teaspoon of honey. Remember, citrus breaks down the sugar and stuff, but when it's cooked, it's going to give it a citrus flavour. This could be coriander, but it's parsley because my lot won't eat coriander. I love coriander, but they don't. You could make it Thai, and you could add lemongrass, which you can buy great jars. This is a jar of minced garlic, which saves me time. Yet again, I get this in the shops up by Hutchinson's at Stanhope Street. You can get jars of lemongrass as well. And I've got a small amount of the marinade left, which I'm going to spoon over the salmon when I turn it over to keep it moist. It's going to grill. So we want the things that are going to cook the longest, which is the onions. And this is quite a funky one if you get chopsticks. You can encourage kids to eat veg if you think it's fun. So let's put those in there. Right, just going to wash these quickly. I don't normally spend these longs on a video, but I'll do this whole one to make it easier for people to follow. My carrot doesn't need washing because it was peeled. You can get a bit too germ freakish. Some germs are good for us. Right, okay, so that is the bleaker for me to turn over. Let's turn that down. I need to turn over my salmon. salmon, but it has to have some flavour. Like a lot of kids, they're not keen if it's really over strong fish taste. Now when you see a milky substance come out of the side of the fish, it's actually overcooked, so try and get there before it does that. That's going to stop the top of the fish drying out as well. Put this back in. Needs at least another 4. If they're thicker, you might need 6. Okay. So really in total I could do this meal in 15-20 minutes, and that really reduces the chances of eating something you shouldn't, because you can't argue when it's a quick meal. I hope you can still hear me over the sizzle. Now that's only going to take about 3, so I'm going to be nearly done. And that's the thing with cooking, is your timing. Get your timing right. Now what you'll see is, as an example, portion of starchy carbohydrates to the portion of veg. You can see where I'm going with this, can't you? Now I've got about 1/3 of a cup of vegetable stock. And remember, do you remember Ready Steady Cook? Steam fry. Never forget it, steam fry. Don't add more fat, they said. Steam fry. It continues the cooking without adding more fat. So let's get that parsley in there. Like I say, you could make that coriander, it would give it a gorgeous fresh flavour. With herbs and stuff in things, unless it's a casserole or a stew, you don't want to overcook them. You treat them almost like a vegetable. Couple of spring onions. Now the carrot I'm actually going to put in once I've got the liquid in there. If I put it in now when it cooks and I put the liquid in, it's going to be soggy, not nice. This is the lime juice, 1 lime with the honey. Stock. The noodles. I could save you a fortune just by using portion caution, because your ingredients will just go so much further. You have no idea. And the kids will be fuller. And dishes like this, you can hide plenty of veggies in there and get the meat in it, because they want the noodles. They're going to have to work hard and find the noodles. So if they're willing to pick them out, oh my God. Okay. So we just want those noodles to heat through. So that's a tangy, it's got the vegetable stock, there's loads of garlic because I used that minced garlic, so it's given off real strong Chinese sort of flavours. Now I'm going to add the carrot peelings, because I literally want them just to steam. And that is what you're going to pile into your dish. And you're going to put your salmon fillet cut into 4 cubes on the top, and you're going to drizzle 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil on top of your salmon. And you tell me that's not as good as a Chinese takeaway? That's better. FitMumma checking in.